Coming up on this edition of Carolina Insider, social media and politics have come together this election. What this means for voter turnout. Results are in. Who came out on top in some of South Carolina's biggest races? But first...
So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop.
Why declaring a winner may not be the end of the race for the White House. Carolina Insider starts now. Hello, and welcome to Carolina Insider. I'm Merideth McIntyre. With the presidential race still undecided, both candidates are lawyering up. On Wednesday morning, President Trump declared himself winner and promised legal action. The president says the counting of absentee ballots after Election Day is fraudulent, even though laws in several contested states allow that to happen legally. Trump says he'll take his fight to Supreme Court.
We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop.
The Biden campaign says it has lawyers ready to represent Democrats in every state for each lawsuit that's coming. While there's still uncertainty about the race for the White House, AP could call three big races here in South Carolina. Senator Lindsey Graham won re-election against Democratic challenger Jamie Harrison. Graham will head back to D.C. for his fourth term as senator after earning nearly 56% of their vote. Another prominent Republican, Congressman Joe Wilson, was also re-elected by a large margin. Wilson beat Adar Burrows by nearly 20 points in the race of South Carolina's 2nd district. But South Carolina Democrats can celebrate one win for this party. Election season longtime lawmaker Jim Clyburn scored a big win over Republican challenger John McCall. He will continue representing South Carolina's 6th district, a seat that he's held since nearly 1990. This year's election saw a record turnout across the board, but especially among young voters. Here with today's Pure Politics Report is Peter Smith.
That's right, Meredith. Social media and politics have become nearly inseparable this election season. Due in part to COVID-19, many political conversations aren't happening face-to-face. Instead, they're taking place on social media. This social media push has a huge impact on the younger generations. According to CNN, this could be the highest turnout of the century for Gen Z voters. Younger voters we talk to say social media has helped them stay informed without trying to persuade them.
About like voting and just getting out. It's not really one side or the other. It's just encouraging people to vote no matter what side they're on, so it's pretty great.
Vehicle traffic is at an all-time high for Gen Z and millennials. Researchers predict that turnout for voters between ages of 18 and 23 will be higher than in past elections. Back to you, Meredith.
Thanks, Peter. A citizen review board in the upstate wants to make progress on one of this election's biggest issues, social justice. In a report sent to Greenville City Council, the group said it wants local lawmakers to do more than updating its policing practices. Members say that if the city wants real change, it needs to reconcile its racist history. They'd like to move a Confederate statue to a less controversial location and better educate residents about the city's troubled past. Greenville is home to South Carolina's last lynching. The city also chose to put sea lions in a public pool instead of integrating it. Black-owned businesses hope the renewed social justice movement will send new customers their way. South Carolina Insider's Danielle Reeder explains how buying black is affecting some businesses here in the Midlands.
Things are back in rhythm here at Miss Jenkins' Dance Academy. Kids are laughing and smiling, alongside the owner of this black-owned dance studio on Two Notch Road. Because of COVID, she had to shut down for a while.
March 17th was the last time I was in this building with dancers after it was announced schools closed, blah, blah, blah. I shut everything down. I did not take chances.
Federal surveys show that more than 4% of black-owned businesses like these have either had to close their doors or have a decline in sales.
Along with the pandemic, another issue captured headlines: police brutality and injustice. Many people flock to social media to encourage shoppers to buy black. Pamela Green is the director of South Carolina's Division of Small and Minority Business. She says it was a wake-up call.
I think you had a lot of folks kind of go back and reassess how they've done business, who they've done business with, their level of diversity.
Since reopening, Ms. Jenkins says she's seen a few more students come in, but many are from a new revenue stream, online. She says black-owned businesses like hers have adapted.
Don't expect anything less from Mrs. Jenkins Dance Academy. Don't expect anything less from black-owned businesses. Like, we're out here and we are showing up and we're showing out.
Showing out in a way that raises the level of competition with white-owned businesses. For Carolina Insider, I'm Danielle Reeder.
That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here on Wednesday.